everyone. Welcome to GCP Beginner Series Session 5. Today we are going to discuss one of the important service in GCP, that is Google Cloud Storage. We are also going to see what is cloud storage, what we can do with cloud storage, the different things and all. Let's go step by step. So what is Google Cloud Storage? Cloud storage is a managed GCP service for storing unstructured data. First of all, to use cloud storage, we need to create a bucket. What is a bucket? It is a basic container that holds your data in cloud storage. So what kind of data we can hold? The data can be any type. It may be a PDF file, it may be a text file, it may be an image, it may be a video also. We can store these kind of data in a bucket. These things are called as unstructured data. PDF is a unstructured data, like similarly text, image and video. Okay. We can store any amount of data in a bucket. So we can store till petabytes of data. There is no particular restriction. Whatever the data that we store, we can retrieve data as many times as needed. And while retrieving the data, there is very low latency. It will be less than second, like it will be in terms of like milliseconds. And the data that we store, like it will be worldwide accessibility will be provided, and we can store our data in multiple storage locations that we are going to see in the upcoming demo. Durability. Google provides very high durability for our data. It is like 99.99% annual durability. If we come after 1 year and check your data, it will be not corrupted. The data will be as it is even after years also. That's all we can say. It's durability. So to create a bucket in cloud storage, there are particular rules and regulations. Bucket name should be globally unique in GCP. We can't use the other person's bucket name. It should be globally unique. Buckets are always associated at project level. We can create the buckets under projects. No limit to the number of buckets that we can have in a project. In a project, we can have multiple number of buckets. There is no particular restriction. While creating the bucket, we should be careful about the name of the bucket and location of the bucket, because once we create this, we cannot edit the name and location once bucket is created. So be careful about name of the bucket and location of the bucket. These are not editable. To control access to a bucket, we should use Cloud IAM. This Cloud IAM we are going to see in the future sessions. For now, just remember we are going to use Cloud IAM to access control to the buckets. Once bucket is deleted, that particular name we can reuse for our future buckets. For bucket naming convention, it should start with a number or letter. Only lowercase letters are allowed, no uppercase letters. Numerics are allowed, dashes, underscores and dots are allowed. And a bucket name should be, the length of the bucket should be in between 3 to 63 characters. It should not be less than 3 characters, not more than 63. It should be in between this particular number. And the spaces are not allowed while creating the buckets. Like if you are using two names, there should be no space in between the two names. So it should be a sequence of letters while creating the bucket. And also bucket name cannot begin with Google related words, like you can see here like GOOG, Google, GOOGLE. So these kind of Google related prefixes we should not use while creating the buckets. So let me see what is the object. So object is stored inside a Google Cloud Storage bucket. So we can store any number of objects inside a bucket. There is no particular restriction. Each object in cloud storage, it will be resides inside a bucket. So first you can see in the diagram here. So first we create a bucket. Inside bucket we can create the objects. You can see here there are two objects here which are highlighted in circle color. Minimum object size. no minimum size restriction for object. We can have any minimum size, but the maximum size of a object, it should be 5 terabytes. So the limit for a particular object should be in between 0 kilobytes to maximum 5 terabytes. Once object is limited to 5 terabytes, cloud storage bucket size is unlimited. Means we can have any number of objects with this particular restriction 0 KB to 5 terabytes. These many objects we can have any number inside a particular bucket. Before moving further, let me show the practical session how to create a bucket, how to upload an object. So let's do step by step. Okay, let's go back to our GCP Cloud Console. This is my GCP Cloud Console. Before creating a bucket, in next to Google Cloud, we need to select this particular project because buckets are created inside a project. So I have selected GCP-training project. Okay. Then click on this burger icon. There is an option called cloud storage. Go to cloud storage. Inside cloud storage, we have one option buckets. Click on this buckets. See here, once we land to this particular page, it is showing buckets option and create and refresh. So to create a bucket, we need to click on create option. Just click on create. Okay, it will take us to create a bucket. So it's showing get started. So this is a bucket name. As I told earlier, bucket should always starts with a particular small letter. So I am just creating a bucket with this name, my bucket. I am giving some numerical values. So it should be a proper naming convention. This is how we create the bucket name. And while creating the bucket, we should select where we need to store our data. So just click this particular option. So it is showing multiple options. We can store our bucket in a multi-region or in a dual region or in a region. So the Google recommends multi-region, but it is our choice to store the bucket location. So for now, what I am doing, I am going to select regional bucket. So I am going to select region. In this region also, I am going to select this particular US East 1 South Carolina region. Just select this particular region. And these are all things we will see in the upcoming classes. For now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this particular bucket. Once you do this, it will create one bucket with the name my bucket. This is the bucket name, my bucket 10 10 20 25. This is a bucket which is created in this particular location, US East 1 South Carolina. So as I told earlier, once we create a bucket, this bucket name is not editable, and also this location also it is not editable. So it's a one-time work. Okay. So this is how we create a bucket. Once the bucket is created, we can upload a objects. Objects are nothing but files, images, video, anything, that kind of things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on upload. So either we can upload a folder or we can upload files. For now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload one particular any one file. Let me go to downloads. So I'm going to select this particular image. The image is also one kind of object. Like image, we can also store a PDF file, notepad file, Excel file. You can even store a video also. You can see here, you can see this particular object got uploaded. This is my image 11.jpg. This particular image is of size, this particular size. And what is the type of the object? It is a image. When this particular object is created, October 10, 2025. So these are the basic things that we can see once we upload a particular object. So if we want, we can delete this particular object also. Just we can select this particular thing. Just click on this delete option. This particular object will be deleted. So this is a simple way to create a bucket and also to upload a particular object inside a bucket. So this is my object 11.jpg. It's a image. If you want to see this image, just click on this object. It will take us to another page. So this is about the basic info about our object. It is an image, it is a size, when it is created, what is the storage class. This we will discuss anyway. If you come down, you can see here, this is the image that I uploaded into my bucket. So you can see the image virtually here. This whatever I showed this method, this is like a first method of creating a bucket, like using console options, Google Cloud Console options. We can also create options using another way, means buckets. Let me show that. See here, to manage buckets and also to manage buckets and objects in a bucket, we have two things. Either you can create buckets using Google Cloud Web Console, which I have shown just before this slide. Okay, that is one way of doing object and uploading the buckets and objects we can do in that way. The other way is we can use Google Cloud CLI commands. There are two methods. One is gsutil commands we can use, but it is a very old command line interface which is not recommended because it is very slow and there are other multiple regions. So what is the latest CLI commands that we need to use? gcloud storage for creating a bucket and uploading the objects. It is the latest and recommended by the Google. To do this, first what we need to do? First we need to set our project using gcloud config set project. We need to provide respective project value here. So if you see here, already I provided my project value GCP hyphen training hyphen some numerical value. Once we set our project, what we need to do? We can use this particular command gcloud storage buckets create of, we need to provide the respective gs colon double slash, we need to provide the respective bucket name. So whatever the bucket that I am going to create, I need to pass this particular bucket name. This is through command line interface we need to set this. So to do this, let me show practically so it will be easily understandable. So I copied my two commands in a particular notepad file. Let me first set me my project here using this particular command. To do this, we need to go to our GCP Cloud Shell terminal. This is my Cloud Shell terminal. Just paste this particular config set project command. Click enter. You can see here updated property core slash project means currently we are inside this particular project GCP training. Once we are done with this, what we can do, we can create our bucket. So already I created this bucket, right? So I am changing the naming of this bucket. Just use some other name because already we created bucket with this name. So just copy this, go back to Cloud Shell and then click here and then click enter. Now what it will do? It is going to create one bucket with name my bucket 11112025. So this bucket will be created. This is a method to create bucket from the command line interface. So let's go back here and then click on cloud storage. Okay. And then see whether our bucket is created or not, or else click on this burger icon, cloud storage, go to buckets. If you see here, two buckets are showing here. One is my bucket 10102025. This I created using GCP Cloud Console. If you see the second bucket, it is created using command line interface using gcloud CLI commands. So this bucket name is my bucket 11112025. This is how we can create buckets, manage buckets in two different methods. One using cloud console like this graphical user interface, another using this command line interface. That's all for today. We will see the remaining things in the next session related to cloud storage. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel, like the channel and share the channel. Thank you everyone. Goodbye.